What is the most unconventional controller you've ever used while speedrunning?
While speedrunning?
Or in general. That's better.
I don't really have an unconventional because I speedrun on SNES Classic, so I basically use a Super Nintendo controller. I use either a PS4 controller or an Xbox controller for anything I run on PC. So the most unconventional thing for me would probably be a keyboard if I ever used it, but I actually use a controller for everything I run.
Nice. My first ever Earthbound run, and you might know the story. It's been a thing for years now, but my first ever submitted Earthbound run was on emulator with an N64 controller, and I used the janky-ass D-pad.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'm not good at stutter stepping normally. Just imagine how bad I was with that thing. Yeah, that was fun. Then I finally, then I got an actual USB, and it still works. I still have it. I used it yesterday.
I did try running this game once with a Switch Pro controller, and it was just too weird for me.
Yeah, the D-pads on newer Nintendo controllers aren't. They're not great on older ones either.
This is very randomized, Ari, don't worry.
Yes, we are off now. Uko, bit of a handicap running with keyboard, but they're a great runner. Might have to be able to adapt, overcome.
I'll just say if I had to do this, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, definitely gonna mess with stutter stepping, that sort of thing. You see they fumbled the cracked bat menuing there. That's kind of the first step. How well you'll be able to do. But I respect them coming out here.
For sure.
Swap over to it. Hopefully make this a competitive race.
Uko winning last year's tournament. First repeat EV Boogey Super Series winner. Also, I think they have a top 5 time in Boogey right now. Still, like their PB's top 5.
I believe they're number.
Anyway, really good times on both of these runners. So expect some razzle and maybe a little bit of dazzle.
Hopefully a lot of dazzle. I'm here for dazzle, honestly. I could care less for the razzle.
Yeah, I could take or leave the razzle, but give me the dazzle.
Yeah, I mean, the movement through the bushes and stuff has been good so far for Boogey. That's an early test. Not that we have Minip to drop here, but probably would have worked if they were doing that. Sorry, Yuko. Ooh, the hot channel point predictor. I've never actually done one.
I have a lot of Super Series points. Do I just bet them all on somebody right now?
You have to be an impartial.
I won't even tell. I'm not gonna say who I voted for.
Alright, fair enough. I'm just watching the point count to see. Did you have 10 points to spend? Because I just saw the counter on one of the racers go up by 10. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Oh, I have more than 10. I actually do have like, a lot of points.
5,000.
I never know what's going on in the rando or the scrambles or anything, but I do sit here and watch them.
Nice. Do it for the channel points, man.
Yeah, I just want to be rich in channel points.
True wealth is in stream bucks.
I see a lot of Uko doubters right now. Uko keyboard doubters.
It does throw a wrench into the whole thing, doesn't it?
It sure does. It sure does. Honestly, voting just straight up, I wouldn't know who to pick either. It's literally a coin flip in my eyes, this race.
Yeah, remember these were both finalists last year, so they're the best of the best.
And it's almost guaranteed that Heiko will get a 1 hour and 10-minute run if his averages from last year prove anything.
And hey, that is a good curse to have.
That was a really good movement there by Heiko to avoid the dog and the crow there at the same time. I would have definitely went back and despawned like a coward.
Meanwhile, in keyboard land, yeah, I suspect we'll see a little bit more of that. Moving to a new controller that's not even an actual controller and trying a fancy set or stuff like that, it's not a recipe.
I see I awoke the rage inside the Uko fans as Uko's point total just went way up. Meanwhile, Heiko having a very clean climb.
Yeah. You wanna get to Picky around 5 minutes. Consider top tier time. Uko though making a nice dodge throw there.
Here we go, keyboard stutters. Let's go.
Hey, practicing mid run.
Consummate professional.
It only took 2 tries before they figured out how to stutter with the keyboard. So the race is on here.
So I think Heiko was about 5'10", Uko up about 5'40".
Yeah, so 40-second head start due to controller.
Which could easily just be wiped clean by Starman Jr.
Yes. So RJ, are you holding up your sign here? We got 0 out of 10 for Uko, but pass because of the keyboard, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna forgive Uko because of the keyboard. But let's talk about Heiko here. I'm gonna give that a 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5. You know, an attempt was made. Not impressed, but it's the best one we've seen. Honestly, it's been a bad night for Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe Heiko's just lucky that I haven't seen a Pokepoll I've been impressed with yet. But
yeah, true. Recency bias.
Yeah, but not bad. The effort was made, and I'll reward the effort.
Yeah, it's been a good night for Captain Strong, Cookies, and Fuzzy Pickle, but bad night for Pokeballs.
I give every poll that's a 6 a 6. I'm very fair.
I mean, if there's a bell curve of Pokemon, 6, maybe around average, so that makes sense, right?
And you said the math major was retired.
I just refuse to do any and all arithmetic. It's my one rule.
You mean none of it's helping you right now?
Speaking of arithmetic, Starman Jr. has, what, 200 HP?
Yes.
Both getting to Starman at a decent time. This fight is completely 100% RNG. We just hope Buzz can kill him relatively quickly. And that Starman does quicker attacks, guards, reasons.
A nice 120 there for Uko on the first hit of Buzz.
Yeah, nice. Heiko getting out with a 754, so sub 8. Definitely solid time there. Like we said in the last race, anything 8 minutes or under, you'll take that in a heartbeat for an Earthbound runner.
Oh my goodness, Buzz flexing all over Starman there.
And yeah, we've got 20 seconds between the runners here. Starman.
So I wonder if he go into a third turn with Starman, because Uko made up 20 seconds there, and it's kind of hard to make up 20 seconds on just the walk down, you know?
Yeah. Maybe Uko skipped the red roll. Probably.
I don't think so. I don't know. Lardna doing Lardna stuff.
I'm not a fan of skipping the red roll, especially in a race.
Yeah. Hey, this is a high points bet here.
Oh wow, yeah.
The stakes have never been higher.
Where are we? The Bellagio? Yeah.
Well, both runners have a 30K point bet on them. So 2 high stakes runnings here. Somebody is losing 30 points of channel points. 30,000 channel points. That's 30 points of channel points. That doesn't mean anything. I was too excited by the stakes.
Making me nervous. I've never commentated on anything so valuable before. Right, quick little snake there for Heiko. Nice easy despawn, no fancy stutters. Let's see if Uko has some more luck. Nice easy walk for both of the runners here. Now we probably won't see any orthodox shark grinding like we did from JSR last run. Both runners are pretty standard strategic, I would think. Unless they've been cooking up some super secret strat in the offseason to surprise their opponent.
They've been in the gym early, and they're the last to leave, figuring out these strats.
In the 20-year-old game. Hey, but to be fair, new things are found all the time.
For real, they just found like another skip in Final Fantasy VII. How old's that game? So you never know! You never know. Somebody can be strat hoarding for the Super Series tournament.
That would be such a baller move. Because the last big revolution in Boogey percent was definitely the Erythium slug grind that, I guess, maybe
for sure.
Since then, I don't think there's been any super big advancements in the run unless someone decides to take on JSR's funky Pogo Pump grind. But let's just say I'm skeptical of that. Hey, it worked for him.
Heiko passed the first Pogo Punk. Uko starting the first Pogo Punk after grabbing the trash juice.
Love the trash juice. 10 strats, baby. Oh, look at that smash from
nice
Heiko.
old smasherino.
You know, they talk about the 1-2. That was just the one. You only needed.
Uko threw the first Pogo Punk. Pretty clean. Think they took like a small amount of damage. Still have 33 health, which is plenty.
Yeah, just a very clean race so far. There's after the failed stutter on the snake from Uko.
Oh, and a smash for Uko too. What a world we live in.
Violence in the streets of Onet.
Big juice gaming, big smash gaming.
Heiko already over here on Frank.
Uko using that juice. Frank doing Frank stuff.
Yeah, Heiko has good offense here though, so could maybe 4-shot Frank. Always
nice.
I could maybe get the 6-shot on Frankenstein.
Uko topping off with the bread roll and about to start Frank.
Uko winning the calorie count.
Started off nice, but then Uko followed up with a miss. Unfortunate.
Misses on Frank. Just feels so bad.
It does. Especially when Frank doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I wasted a whole turn.
And then he hits you and then does nothing on the turns you heal. It just feels bad all around.
Yeah. Frank is a taunter.
Nice.
He's a team.
They're through. While Heiko is finished up with Frankenstein with a 13:22. Really good time.
Very good time, yeah.
Solid.
Forcing Uko to keep the pace. See if they can. On to Frankenstein here.
The Heiko revenge story. It's on.
Uko has another miss, but did go into this fight with decent life ups and health remaining, so it might take a while, but fine.
Hopefully they don't get put into a situation where mashing is super significant.
Yeah, we have seen
work on the keyboard. But they're through with a 13:56. Also a really good time. I would say probably if you're going sub 14, you're doing all right in the race.
Absolutely, yeah. 35 seconds between runners here can be wiped out in an instant. Remember, the slug grind coming up is the great equalizer in Boogey percent.
All right, let's see the prayers. Let's see the prayers in chat. for our Lord and Savior Vogler.
We've seen half of Vogler so far.
Yeah, we
Can
saw
we get
like a workshopped Vogler.
Yeah, 0.5 Voglers have executed. So can we get up to 1 full Vogler tonight? Get an...
Whoa, the other half would just be saving the bus station for no reason, but not getting the life noodles or anything.
Exactly.
Yo, I'm with it.
Someone ping one of the later racers, tell them they have to do it.
Feels like a peen train thing to do, I'm not gonna lie.
The call out, baby.
Hey, Peen Train actually did full Vogler in a race last year.
Yeah?
I think so, at least. I'm gonna even if he didn't, I'm just gonna say he did at this point because I don't want to be a liar.
That's fair. I definitely attempted my fair share of full Voglers. I probably have like a 30% success rate.
That's pretty good, honestly. If you've ever done a full Vogler, then and it worked out, you deserve some props.
Yeah, full Vogler is the most alpha game. Even if it fails, you just intimidate.
I still lost, but what a split.
We live for those gold splits, baby. Ooh,
I mean, just in spite of the keyboard gaming, the menuing has been very sound.
Yeah.
Can hardly tell.
Heiko walking in and finding immediate slug. See it.
You love to see it.
You're interested to see if anyone goes for 6-pack strats. We saw some unconventional slug grinding in the last race.
Oh, we sure did. Now, are you a 6-pack gamer, or do you like to do all your grinding in one spot?
I love the 6-pack.
You're a 6-packer?
All day, every day. Yeah, I'll do the Erythium grind until 16. I never grind on the second floor. I used to grind on the second floor before the Erythium strat came out, but I think it's just so consistent.
Yeah.
That it's not worth going to second floor. And if you all in chat are wondering what the Erythium slug grind is, it's basically what Heiko's doing. Trap a mouse up against the wall right there, so then they can never spawn on this. You just trigger it over and over and over again, trying to get selected. You never have to worry about getting it.
So Uko finding a pack right away as well on one of the first spawn plates.
Yeah, so it's 2 packs Heiko, 1 pack Uko. So.
There you go, both of them getting the setup for the new slug grind. I believe this is Heiko's 3rd pack.
And Uko picks off... Oh, no, not the... I thought it might have been a single. It's the only one I saw, but I just sprinted after them.
That was really good movement by Uko to not accidentally despawn any of those slugs. Although if you happen to get rid of like 1 and only fight 3, that's not so bad. Because you only need 22 total, but they usually just come in packs of 4 or 2. Or 6 at the top.
Yeah, that's why the 6-pack is so nice, because you can go straight from 16 to 22, instead of, getting 2 4-packs, which will put you 20. So you're actually spending a little bit of time that you wouldn't need to.
So there's the level 7 for Heiko. That means that was their 3rd pack.
Yep.
So we're at 12 to 8 right now, but Uko starting their 3rd pack.
Yeah, it's gonna be all tied up if I find one by the time Uko's done with this fight.
Yeah, Heiko having a little bit of trouble getting the slugs to show up.
You really gotta try and feel the lags if they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not having any, yeah, it's a tie game here. So, coming out of that fight. Evening up the slug count.
Slugs, where are you?
Oh,
there it is.
Slug.
Oh, like basically at the same time-ish,
yeah.
Almost. That's pretty funny. They're pretty much dead even. They're within like 2 seconds of each other now.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Both players' 4th pack, so be interested. If you were to go for a 6-pack, now would be the time. Obviously, the conservative strategy is to stay and get 2 more packs from the bottom. Or sometimes what I'll do is, if I run into a 4-pack on the way up to the 6-pack, I'll just pick off 2 singles of something being hopefully slow.
Looks like Uko will go to the upper floors. We'll see if they're going for a 6-pack or just... I believe it's 6-pack gaming. I believe we're going to see double 6-pack gaming.
Certainly looks like it. Uko having fun here with the keyboard stuttering, doing a good job though, getting around them.
Yeah, very nice stuttering from both runners so far.
Heiko getting pincered by ants here.
Should be okay as long as there's nothing above them.
Yeah. Ooh, or something to the right here. Yep. Getting pincered on the rope, maybe? No, not yet. Both players, yeah, trying for that 6-pack. Both not having the easiest time in the world getting to the 3rd floor.
There's the 6-pack for Uko, so we'll see how it works out. But as it stands, Uko will most likely take the lead.
Yeah, pretty low HP here, so they're probably gonna have to stop and get a life up at some point.
I think they're gonna auto into it. Looks like the plan.
That also works. Although it does give the slugs an extra opportunity to put you to sleep, especially because it's a 6-pack. Something to worry about. Yeah, Heiko having no luck finding the 6-pack. I feel like once I get to the top floor and I'm up the rope and there's no 6-pack, I really don't look.
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing now? You're just wandering around like a fool.
Like, it's
Not to
nice
say Heiko's a fool, I feel like a fool.
Yeah, it's nice when you just hit the rope and like there's a 6-pack right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But too often, what's happening to Heiko happens to me.
Might have to go outside, yeah. Reset the...
Yeah,
it's a little dicey. Really
8.
good grind time for Uko there.
Yeah, that 6-pack. Just not showing itself. Oh, finally, there it is.
There it is.
Alright, so still not too much time between runners here. Hopefully this 6-pack fight goes well.
Oh, just showed itself that there was a second ant on the rock pixels there. And there's another one.
Almost walked themselves right into a double antoid fight, but noticing at the last second, getting the despawn and then starting around the final ant.
Nicely done.
Yeah, make their way up to Titanic Ant.
My hands hurt.
Yeah, I can't imagine sitting on a keyboard. Uko's gonna have some swole hands after this run.
Strongest fingers in the tournament. No!
Oh,
the rocket miss feels bad, but at least it did take out the other 2 antoids. At the very least.
For the second rockin', still has a life up here.
Oh, and a 53 bomber.
Hands hurt, missing rockin'. Feels bad, man.
So they have 50 damage here. Smartly letting their health roll up a little bit before getting back. Oh my gosh.
And the shield.
Oh, okay, well at least you got the smash to get rid of it right away.
Oh,
we're at
another
about
shield!
90 damage. A little over 100.
Yeah, remember Ant has 230 HP, so around halfway
Another
there.
smash.
Oh no! Now imagine if Ant didn't shield. Ant would have been dead.
Yeah, most likely.
Uko trying to life up with no HP. This is very interesting.
This is quite the fight, but this is exactly how you're gonna want to play it.
Yeah. Got the 4-turn shield now. And, I mean, luckily Uko is filled up with burgers. If you have full burgers, you're not going to die to Ant unless you get smashed. You know
unless
I mean?
you're a little too risky. And Uko not playing it risky at all.
Meanwhile...
Gotta be close. There we go.
There we go, yeah. But, I mean, think about all the time that was just made up by Heiko here. Spent all that time trying to find that 6-pack on the 3rd floor. But Uko had the longest Titanic Ant fight of all time. So...
For sure. For sure the first 2 matches saw their fair share of earthboundness.
Yes,
Uko has IRL distractions.
classic parent RNG.
Mama Uko!
Alright. Titanic Ant down for Heiko.
So we're at about like a 40-second difference. Or am I bad at math?
I'll let you know as soon as the stream comes back up.
Oh, you watching an ad or the purple ad screen?
Yes, the purple. Yeah, looks like there's 20 seconds between runners, assuming they split at the same time.
So about,
yeah,
give or take. So still close, but good old lead shift in Giant Step.
Yeah, it was really that 6-pack grind that Uko found relatively quickly, and Heiko just wandering around aimlessly at the top.
I missed a lot of Heiko's ant fight as well, and I'm assuming it wasn't as clean as maybe they had hoped it might be.
Yeah, it definitely didn't make up as much time as you would have expected, considering how awful Uko's ant fight was. But yeah, keeping it. And you know, remember, Captain Strong has a winning record against broadcasted racers tonight. He's 3-2 currently, so you know, looking to extend that lead, maybe qualify for the playoffs. You know, he's in the hunt for a wild card spot. See how it goes.
So Uko not buying more burgers. I actually don't know how much they have. I know they used a decent amount, but they definitely still have some left.
I know Uko has said in the past that as long as they have like 4 burgers going into cops, they feel confident. So probably.
Yeah, it's not a bad number. Because I guess ultimately you're hoping you only have to use maybe 1 burger on each cop, and maybe you'll get a drop or 2.
Yeah. And with a race as close as this, maybe they just don't. Assuming they're watching, they have time to go buy burgers. Because Heiko skipped buying as well. We're going right into it. Now I assume Heiko has more burgers left over.
I would guess because Uko definitely chose to be safe.
Yeah. Which I respect, you know.
Yeah, which is good.
How I would have played it.
Which is exactly, like I said, exactly how I think it should have been played.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in the lead after that, right?
Right.
Surviving is high floor gameplay. High floor game.
That first cop must have given Uko some fits, because I think they're a little bit closer now.
Ooh, nice miss on the crushing chop there. Nice. Ah, whoa. I feel it in my bones.
He missed because he was winding up for the bigger one.
There we go.
Heiko responding with a smash of his own.
Yeah, he's just powering up. Yeah, very close here. Uko right on the cusp there. It seemed like he's
another smash for Heiko.
Let's go, Heiko. He's yeah, all that off-season practice got that crit rate up.
Been bench pressing the bat.
Yeah, so
deciding to burger up. Was kind of right on the cusp there.
Yeah, one thing I like doing on the 4th cop specifically is burgering at a higher HP than I normally would, so that'll go into the stream fight near max HP. Because then you can, you know, ideally just double rocking without a care in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, Uko going for...
Uko using one of the rockins on the cops, I like that.
No, Uko does like to do that. That is something that I've seen from them. Oh.
I enjoy that.
You know, it's a good way to save a burger, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, because if you're like in the middle of your health range, you don't really need a life up.
Yeah, exactly.
At 77 health, they should be okay. Okay, yeah. I wonder if they'll heal or if they'll just go for it. They're going for it. All right, well, they're not dead at least.
There we go.
Hey, we did it.
All right, so 3-3 for Strong. So Heiko will be the decider for my commentary tonight.
Uko through Onet with a 28-38.
Very solid.
Very solid. If I'm coming through sub 30, I feel good.
Yeah, especially in a race.
Yeah, JSR, contrary to popular belief, Strong does, in fact, just take damage sometimes and die.
Alright, so unfortunately Strong now with a losing record tonight.
Unfortunately, jeez, my guy. Whose side are you on?
Well, I just want to see as much Earthbound. Plus, it's funny.
So, runners separated by about 36 seconds after Strong. Uko, knowing they can squeeze past that mushroom there.
Yeah, playing with the mushroom aggro range. Yeah, extending the lead during that top fight. Heiko, had 30 psychic resist again there. I can take Rockin' to cop, Rockin' Strong.
Yeah.
Pretty easy breezy lemon squeezy cop sequence there. He never had to use a life hook.
That's true. And I mean, even Heiko had a really good fight. He'd smashed 2 of them. I think one was a first turn smash, one was like a third turn smash, so it's kind of like, okay, well, thanks for nothing, but...
Yeah, if anything that loses you time.
Yeah.
Over again. Cool. So, last chance to see a full Vogler. Nope.
JSR selling cards in chat for Big Macs. Somebody hop on that. I will mail you a Big Mac.
Yeah, I will definitely. I'll mail you like 4 Big Macs, dude.
Yeah, like, name your Big Mac price.
How many Big Macs would an Earthbound card like actually? Like, how much is an Earthbound card? Someone check eBay.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, no Voglers this time. We still could get a half Vogler, or 2, or a total of 1 Vogler.
I see a complete box for $4 grand.
All right, so that's what 3,000 Big Macs. I've only eaten a couple of fries. I like that. Oh, Hunter's coming at us with the real math here. Now remember, I refuse to do arithmetic, so...
Yeah, Arts is retired. From what exactly, we aren't sure, but he's retired.
Just arithmetic.
Just life. I'm over it.
I'm done, 2020 and 2021 has been hard on everyone.
2020 was literally 5 years long. I can't take this anymore.
You just gotta know when it's time to throw in the towel. Alright, a little Sprout tunnel action here for Heiko. This is a good chance for Heiko to make up some time here. The Sprout tunnel.
These small areas of just pure RNG are where will be like the real differences in these kind of races.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you had to spawn 2 more Sprouts and you lost by 10 seconds? Well.
Hey, so if you were counting, I think Heiko did just have 2 more spawns than Heiko, so that could be the decider.
I'd like to tell you I was paying attention to that specifically, but I wasn't. I just said it.
Well, you have solid commentary instinct. You don't even need to watch the streams. You could watch the purple Twitch ad block stream the whole time, and you would just know.
I just know exactly where you're at. Yeah.
I mean,
Google
you are
as many eBay cards as possible.
Exactly, and you're a former EBSS champion, right?
God.
So you have the pedigree, you have the experience, you have thousands of hours of Earthbound gameplay under your fingers. It's second nature. Just like it is to these 2 racers, right?
Yeah, we're back. And we're back.
And they're like neck and neck, too. Pretty
yeah,
sweet.
they're very close.
Oh, Heiko saying, Butterfly? No.
You wanna go fly off into oblivion? Then so
he swiped left on the Butterfly.
But yeah, so Heiko obviously made up some time with the extra Sprouts that needed to be despawned by Heiko.
Alright, JSR, great question. So it is faster to save at the bus station and revive Paul with the life noodles, but I still don't recommend it because getting out of the area with the life noodles is hard. You were able to do it, which is great, but oftentimes you don't, or you're unable to get it. Also, yes, shout out to, was that the party man
Yeah. Or was that the
Never-
unassuming local guy? No, that was
Yeah,
the
I always-
party guy.
I always get those two mixed up.
Oh, I have no idea. Oh my gosh. Tucson has too many people.
Yeah, get out your Tucson bingo cards.
Uko having more issues in the tunnel with spawns.
At least they don't have to stutter any.
This could be a lead change, possibly. They're both despawning sprouts.
This is the high impact.
Uko should be able
tunnel.
to get past that one though. Maybe? Nah, it's just too close.
Yeah, the left leaf just hanging on to that spawn line.
So now the RNG gods giving back to Uko while simultaneously taking away from Heiko.
Uko get a little stuck here at the entrance though. Had a couple UFOs trying to holler at them. Confident despawns though. Yeah, we are neck and neck. This is really living up to the 2020 finals rematch that we all expected it would.
Yeah, because not only are they close, these are also just pretty solid times.
Yeah. And they also haven't been easy runs so far, right? Like there has been issues that both of the runners have had to overcome so far during this. You know, it hasn't just been easy breezy. Like I crit Ant and Cops were super, and I used like one burger on Cops. You know, like they both had to run through a lot of resources. It's just been solid decision making, solid gameplay.
Really, just confident, risky movements past enemies. There, I was definitely clenched for that UFO dodge.
Yeah,
that Heiko just did.
Once again, very confident.
Heiko
here
laughing in the face of this UFO or robot and trying to despawn stuff.
Yeah, and hey, it works out. And they get the spawn skip too. Yeah, unfortunately, like losing a good amount of time to all of that, but managed to emerge unscathed. Uko gets the troll snake though. Yeah, Heiko not having an easy go of it through here in PRB. Ooh, that's a scary UFO. Confident despawns though. Look at that. Oh, the tree wants some. No, go for it.
Yeah, you could get this
Yeah,
with some
there we
diagonal
go.
movement and some clever use of the walls.
Look at
Very
this.
nice.
Confident game. Immaculate. And a double troll snake. Look at this. What a time to be alive. So unfortunately, there is about a minute between the runners at this point. Just looking at their PRP or PRP exit, I should say. So yeah, Uko managing to hold on to this lead, just had easier time with spawns there in PRP. And I wouldn't even say that, just managed to squeak their way out of those, like that sneaky UFO that was trying to get them.
The stuff that was in their way was a little more manageable.
Let's see how they fare with Shack Fight here. Both the Shack Fights in the earlier race were forward. Seen anyone be super tricky yet. The Crow is dead.
Nice, at least got one. Still gonna rock in a second time.
They are pretty low here, but this should finish them. Yep, there you go. Double rocking. Heal up with the croissant, and Uko is looking good. No real opportunity for Heiko to save time here unless they get the kill with the rockin'.
The fabled single turn rockin'.
I remember the quadfecta was happening in the distance. I think Temple was commenting, and he called it quadfecta, and I've remembered that for years. It's like they called for help turn one successfully, but then the rocket killed him.
Uko doing some fresh egg strats at the free shop.
Why pay for food?
Exactly.
I always say, you know?
That's exactly what I say before I shoplift from my local grocery
Yeah.
store.
Yeah, don't tell my local trader. Yeah, pretty solid shack fights from both runners.
Yay!
Free Carpenter Cultist. Oh, Uko goes for
Uko.
the rock.
Yeah, opting for the rocket.
Do they know that they're going to get a psychic point up here? No, they didn't get it. So no rocket going into... Carpenter is a little bit iffy. Gonna have to get really lucky here on the flex.
Well, you're gonna have to hope that Carpenter hits you in turn hitting himself. Janet!
Oh, yes!
Oh, Janet!
Janet,
You.
my love. Look at what a
First
what a
Janet
hottie.
sighting of the game of the tournament.
What a hottie. Alright, yeah, so no reflect early on, but it's the first round anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Janet is Irving's mom's name. Don't worry about it. Maybe need a smash in here.
No, oof. Still no reflect. Uko might come to regret that rockin'. They have a banana though. Eat hamburger. Can we get a reflect? Can we get a reflect?
Come
No
on.
reflect.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
my
not looking
goodness.
good. They have a couple more tries. Ooh, the second life up. The one you don't want to see.
Taking their time, making sure they do what they need to do.
Yeah, but this is a huge opportunity for Heiko.
Yeah. All right, there's a reflect.
Not doesn't kill him though.
Can we get through this?
Gonna need another reflect here. Oof. Banana. They're out of
Oh,
food.
they would have had 1 health. Come on,
Oh,
reflect.
and no reflects. This might. I think this is it. They need. Yeah. No, this is it. Unless he misses. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That rockin' on. That is the single largest time loss, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably the largest individual time loss one can have.
Meanwhile, Heiko definitely took a rocket into the carpet.
And you know, with the amount of reflects that were going on, even like a single rocket might not have even helped Uko out too much there.
Yeah,
just with
I mean, they
how
only got-
unlucky the deflects were.
Yeah, what was it? 1 out of 8 deflects. That's like,
1 out of 8 and for 99 damage.
yeah, no, that's Carpenter had their number.
Oh, the smash for Heiko.
There we go.
Getting through
And
Carpenter, and there you go. There's the lead switch, and this one might be.
the decisive one.
Yeah, it might be a decisive one, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, look at the rest of the splits, right? We've got Graveyard, we've got Brick Road, we've got Boogie Tent, all potential. Right?
I did not remember that crash. I didn't need my channel points anyway.
I remember the high stakes. There were like a grand total of 80,000 points on both sides.
The stakes.
Stakes.
The stakes, man. They've never been higher. It's
Medium
okay.
rare. Yeah, Heiko safely in mole range, I would say. Nothing really to worry about there. So the only chance for half Vogler getting us a grand total of 1 full Vogler.
Oh, you know what? Brash, you're right. You were still D-Rocks. That's why.
The many lives
didn't
of
remember.
Brash Volkswagen.
Just can't get over the stakes.
Uko, ooh, wow.
Oh my god!
Oh, just tempting
Oh
fate.
my-
Tempting fate. But they know they have to make up time here, you know, I respect it.
Yeah.
Now is not the time to dawdle, you know? Confident, you know, where's the line between confident and stupid?
And
Jay,
yo.
can you tell me? Yeah, I mean, like, where... Because I think, I mean, so far, we're solely on the side of confidence, right?
We've absolutely leaned full YOLO at this point. But you know, if you're clean with your movement, you know, you can avoid most of these enemies with good walking.
Yeah.
Like so. So everybody clap for Uko because that was amazing.
This is the greatest second PRV of all time.
But for reals though, that was really amazing. Most people wouldn't even bother trying to do that. Pretty much any of the dodges that just happened.
Yeah, no, I think I probably would have gotten tagged by every single one of those.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was spectacular. Showing why Uko is the reigning Earthbound Super Series champion. Regardless of what may happen this race, they definitely still have a long tournament ahead of them. They can still put up a solid time this race. They can still even win this race. And
it
with
is
making
not over.
Yeah, with making up time there is definitely going to go a long way to helping them do that.
All right, let's see how this strong goes, because I think we have 30 psychic points this time, so I think we're gonna go a bit. We're gonna go flex on Card Painter this time. Still no hits.
Triple rockin' strat. Now you
Why
can't
not?
actually get the triple rockin' because of the shield.
They'd still do the rocket next turn. You got crashing boom turn.
Oh, you're right.
Doesn't need it though. Doesn't
There we
even need
go.
it. Wow, that was a big hit. A 155
Yeah.
reflect.
I'm sure Uko's like, hey, where was that reflect when I needed it, right?
Yeah, because I mean, a 155 could have done it.
I mean, that was such a spectacular PRV to Carpenter segment, right? Like, if you could just cut out the first attempt, this would be such a good run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, meanwhile, Heiko doing a good job getting through the fetch quest stuff. He got a solid death warp, not losing too much time to the mole there. Was pretty low HP after Carpenter.
I also think Uko's at relatively low HP, so their death warp should be similar, hopefully. You never know.
Now, there is a point here where if you have high enough HP, you probably go to PRV, try to get the life noodles, and just, you know, maybe die on the way there. Crimson Green, we had a half Vogler last race, but that's it. So.
Ah, Heiko skipping the photo from the left.
You're just rubbing it in at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. Heiko's about to do some very reckless gameplay after this cutscene. That could very well disqualify him from the tournament. I know he's listening, because he wants to hear it. Uko getting bombarded by crows.
Can we get the crow death warp? No, definitely way too high. I do respect the occasion. Crow death. Thank you, Bean Train, for recognizing what I was doing.
Do we have to make a Christmas Vogler song?
I think we do.
Yeah, it feels like it might be necessary now.
Bean Train, get on it. Bean Train, you have to full Vogler and write the song. Is that okay? Is that too much? Okay, Uko going for the mole as well. Definitely higher HP, around like 70. It's kind of right on the cusp of mole versus PRV, I feel like.
Some people like to go in far for the bear too. But there's a nice strong hit with the sharp nails on Ness for 57 damage.
This mole not cooperating too much. Alright, dead Ness is good. Just fight with Paula here. Nice smash. Let's go, Paula.
We apparently missed Heiko's nice 2-turn perfect death warp. We were too busy being dazzled on the other screen.
Yes, I told you I came here for the dazzle, and Uko delivered.
There we go. So not quite perfect. I've certainly seen worse Death Dwarfs. 6 runaways 5ing.
That's actually true, right? There's 6 of them. Oh, 5 has to be the... Oh,
look at it.
Oh, we did it.
He knew better. He didn't want to be disqualified.
Not in round 1. Save it for the, you gotta make a statement, right? Alright, I think the song is almost done. The Earthbound fan base, so efficient. I love it. I feel like 5 should be the moles. Or should 3 be the moles? I don't know.
3 strongest moles.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. 5 third strongest
2
moles.
fresh eggs.
That's good. And a bubble monkey. Hopefully nowhere near a pear tree or anywhere else. Yeah, you guys can tell we're at a very pivotal point in the run here. The high quality commentary. Oh, ooh, who is that? Another party man? Or is that
I think that is the party man. The other one is the unassuming. Or is that the unassuming local guy? Somebody tell us in chat.
It's the annoying
That's the annoying party man.
Oh, the local guy must be the one with glasses.
Yeah.
Right,
There's a
here.
smiling Tom up there.
Ah. Yeah, how do you know the names of...
How do I know the names?
Yeah, smiling Tom.
You run enough.
That's true.
The unassuming party man. That's what I want to be in my life. I want to go places and be known as the unassuming party man.
Yeah, business in the streets. You know.
Oh god, RJ's back. The unassuming party man. Oh god.
Seems like a lot of assumptions are being made there. Alright, Heiko not having a great time with Gridguard, but, deftly maneuvering around those trash cans there. Party guy man. Alright. Someone real temple. He's been going a little off the rails. I don't know about that one.
He's got a sword next to his name. We have no power here.
We do have no power here. He could ban me at any second. I'm living on borrowed time right here.
Well, at least you get a little bit of a break, Uka. Not that it's probably gonna help at all, but...
Yeah, now's the time for hand stretches.
I would be so confused with the keyboard, because, like, on a controller you push the buttons with your right hand and move with your left hand, and on a keyboard it would be the opposite.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no way. Confuse me even more. Unless you do WA. WA.
That's true.
Master Race.
Big old Wads Gaming.
Wads Gaming, let's go.
Who wants to join my esports team, Wads?
Right Bus Gaming.
Oh, funny enough, just looking at Heiko's screen, just noticed that he is 0.8 seconds ahead of his PB right now, so technically on PB pace.
Oh wow, yeah. Now I wonder if that's his actual PB or a race PB. Definitely good enough to be his actual PB.
Yeah, good question, because that is a really good time.
It doesn't say they're racing, so...
That's his average? Jeez, man. I gotta show off like that. My average boogie time is probably like a 1:30. Escape J to move down. That's cursed. That sounds cursed. I don't know what that even. I makes me sad. Yeah, Heiko has to slow down at some point to achieve the 110 average.
Yeah, if you think getting mushed by that escape this J, eesh. Yeah, add an always mushroomized flag to the scramble. That would be good.
Ew, that'd be so terrible.
We're finally about to see some gameplay. And unfortunately, for the second time tonight, see our friend, the one, the bubble.
Here's Bubble Monkey again. I just gotten over the last time I had to look at Bubble Monkey, and here we are again.
Ooh, is that double smiling Tom I see?
Yeah, double.
Oh
smiling
no! Tom. You know, why they should? Oh, smiling Sam, RJ. Oh, smiling Sam and handsome Tom.
See, I just mixed them together.
Yeah, you did the thing.
I did it.
The handsome, assuming party. But yeah.
The handsome, unassuming local Tom.
There we go. I think we solved it, guys. Oh, the smash. They heard you, RJ.
No, that's not what I said. Oh no, they put them to sleep.
Well, luckily the graveyard death isn't too bad.
Well, yeah, I mean it is what it is. It just puts you like right back where you got off the bus, right?
Yeah.
And now you got a ghosty Paula following you. The new age retro smile. I hate it so much. Heyo, here we go. Tessie time. The most polarizing scene in all of Earthbound. The worst character and the best character. Literally together.
The juxtaposition is unlike, you know, it's greater than any you can see in modern art today. The duality of man, just, you know, encapsulated in one, you know, in a number of pixels you can probably count on.
Ah, that fly.
Heiko not having a great career. Yes, Ruben, there's a scramble race after this one, and then after that, there is another Boogey percent. This is round 2 of a quadruple header. Yeah, Brick Road is a place where Uko could make up a bit of time on Heiko if Proto, you know, decides not to be very kind.
All right, let's see if the Proto will claim another. We did have one Proto death in the last race.
Opens the present for style. Love it. I can never actually do that. That's too much of a god gamer move. I'm not worthy.
Oh, Proto killed somebody in the first race too. Lots of aggressive enemies tonight.
We can't have the game go easy on the runners, right? That's not why we're here.
All right, Jeff just needed to hit one more time, but wanted to make it scary at least.
Yeah, further one down though is nice. Should be pretty safe. Rest of Brick Road. Although, you know, we've all seen people die to the duck.
We could get a duck skip here. How about you move left, bud?
This is a nice setup. I wonder if they're...
Or just flap those feet.
Yeah, just not going for it. Well, yeah, once again, just saying, yeah, I don't want to spend too much time going for this, so... Let's get that skip.
Yeah, 2 misses to start the fight off. Pretty cool of Jeff.
Yeah, could this be, not attack? Oh, would have been a little sketchy if the duck would have hit.
So I watched that fight. It took 20 seconds for that duck to die, even with 2 misses. So there's your your room for how effective dodging the duck is, or how worth it is to get. Like if you're not getting it set up like almost immediately, it pretty much almost isn't worth it.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, not getting the second proto skip, so only a no skip.
Oof. A miss there, we would have been a little worried.
Yeah. But
they're through!
Yeah, there you go. Now only Pawn Cave, Cave Giants, and Reed between them and victory and revenge for the finals. Opting to not go for any super fancy stutters here. You know, you're in a good lead, no reason to not play it safe. Yeah, if I was Heiko, I would just despawn all day, every day here.
Yeah, it's not really worth it. Unless you're trying to impress us. Which, to be honest, I'm already impressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Gameplay has been very, very good from both runners.
Absolutely. Heiko taking it slow, playing it safe.
Yeah, and you get stuttering in this room, you're just asking for it. There's just so many spawn plates that you can't see right away.
Yeah.
Bubble Wait, he greened the crow! Bubble Monkey greened the crow, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's not what I was doing. Oh my word, Uko definitely planned it.
I almost couldn't tell what happened.
Uko definitely planned that. That was all according to plan.
The Bubble Monkey bailout.
Dude, sometimes Bubble Monkey gets you those green swirls, and it's another one of those moments where it's like, you know, you could have just not been here in the first place, but I appreciate that, Bubble Monkey. Yeah, Heiko, nice clean pawn cave. Is this what did you call it? Advantageous mushroom positioning?
I don't remember what I said, but it was.
It was.
Whatever I said, it was that.
Yeah, Uko doing a good job keeping it as close as they can. No cave boy action.
Swag Bubble Monkey movement for the Tessie.
Yeah.
Optimal positioning.
And Heiko is officially into the final stretch around this cave boy.
Now, Bean Train, do you have a list of these, or are you making them up on the fly? This is the branched Doom timeline. I don't believe you, Bean Train. True. You can die to Boogey Tent. Oh, I thought okay, so the split I was looking at was Jeff joins. I thought that was the PB because I think Heiko's PB is actually down around the 106 in time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at that too.
Boogey 10. I didn't notice Boogey 10 was down lower.
I was looking at that. Yeah, honestly, big respect to Uko for even playing with OBS issues and a broken controller. I probably would have just thrown it out.
To be fair though, like if they finish this race with little to no issues going forward, like a 113 really wouldn't be that bad of a time overall.
No, absolutely not. That would be the best time we've seen. Let's assuming doesn't. Yes, in that scenario.
Right.
Yeah, Uko still has to get through Proto. Goes for the early boiled egg. Now this is probably a teddy bear scenario. You are Heiko.
That's probably gonna work out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nice skip there for Uko. Well played.
So definitely a net positive skip there.
Yeah, and Bubble Monkey doing what he does. Yeah. Luckily, Jeff should have a level here, so it's not too bad.
I always get the double stop. Like, that happens to me all the time. Happens to everybody all the time. They get through, and then Bubble Monkey stops, and they stop immediately again.
Yeah.
What's the deal,
really
Bubble Monkey?
He does the most infuriating thing. That's just how he's coded. Alright, can we get the tech skip from Heiko? Oh, goes from underneath. That's a nice strat. Uko going for the mad stutters here on the keyboard. This is just a hand workout at this point.
You love to see it, though.
Yeah, you do. Working out. Ooh,
this one's good.
Yeah, that almost was a bubble monkey.
Oh, I thought they were gonna put the gap there.
All right, but Heiko making their way down to Boogey tent. Grabs the teddy bear smartly. Ooh, has some enemies to dodge here.
You never know if there's one behind that sign or not, so I stopped walking between the tree.
I always go around the sign. I do not mess with that sign. Yeah, those flies are annoying. Oh, he's going for it? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Nice.
All right. Maybe an unnecessary risk, but hopefully it works out fine.
To you, maybe.
Rockin', defend, EBR. Bubble Monkey, or Boogey tent, not Bubble.
I wish we were bottle rocketing a Bubble Monkey.
Yeah, right? But yeah, GG. Yeah, GG. To Heiko. Should be a nice
GG's.
Late 108, early 109 time. Very solid work. That is the best time of the tournament so far. He's the pace setter for everyone else. Uko's still playing it out here. Just looking for tiebreaker time at this point. Still a good amount of the run left for them. Now I wonder if either player opted for turbo.
Oh, that's a good question. Because turbo being legal.
And keyboard, it's right. All right, 108.54. Great time.
Nice time. GG.
Yeah.
Very
Jumping
solid.
to the front of the pack. And yeah, there goes those 40,000 stream points, channel points. The stakes are done cooking, everyone.
Yeah, the stakes, they were high, but they're done now.
Ready to go into the tent glitch.
The Earthbound Boogie victory lap equivalent.
Yes, do it. No.
The T's!
No. Okay, there we go. Come on, Heiko. Give it to us. Give us what we deserve. Great. Good job. I never actually get anything interesting from the
I've never gotten the debug menu one time in my life.
I've never gotten anything.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. Probably too much to commit to turbo on keyboard for the first time. Like that. Because, you know, turbo, there is a bit of a learning curve to turbo. Yeah, Uko making their way down to 3. Still can put together a solid time, like RJ was saying, 1:13, 1:14 sort of time. Definitely quite solid. Will be good for tiebreakers.
Yeah, and one time does get thrown out, so I mean, if this ends up being their worst time, then so be it.
Yeah, and then if my worst time was a 1:14, spun off my back, right? That means I'd probably do pretty well in the rest of the race.
Look at that. What the heck's going on there?
now we're talking.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
We want the 7s.
Lucky 7. Not out pros. I like the 10 glitch play-by-play. This is what we're here for. High quality content. Yeah, X is in chat. Oh, we got the alphabet. Good.
Never a bad time to learn the alphabet.
Yeah. No tech skip for Muko disqualifies them. So see you again next year. Seven City up there.
They just won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Alright, Uko going for that teddy bear. Wants to make sure that they can just kill Boogie Tent, get it over with, put in a solid time.
Don't apologize for not doing that filth.
Phil. Oh, the teddy bear doing its job. There we go.
That could have been Paula.
That could have been Paula, true. Teddy bear getting the double maneuver there. And the bottle rocket finished them off, so GG to Uko. Should be low 115 about. Solid first time. Definitely not the slowest we've seen so far. So even if they lost, still putting up a decent score. And yeah, so Heiko will go to 1-0. We'll face another 1-0 player, just like on yeah, first Swiss. And yeah, that's all for me tonight. Thanks guys for hanging out. Yeah. Enjoy some PK Scramble. Toss it off to Temple. Thanks.
Alright, I closed the stream so I can't actually see whether we're ready to go yet.